perfection, without the pit, without the showstopper, but he put a stop to that show. What a spray down! Unbelievable transfer deep into the spray.
Fnatic are already in that grand final, just waiting for an opponent.
Short, that's their play, but it's right past the judge, right past Munchkin, and he only gets one. Great trade from Woot. The paranoia dodge to start with as well. Now the pressure put through. Got a foothold. Time. They still have to get into this site, still have to get past Charon, and he might pepper up a few, but these trades great for Heretics. Spike is already on the site. The swing out from Texture leaves him on the floor.
With just two standing, they need to get into this one fairly quickly. Shock dart's even been put through, and Rian's just waiting within the smoke. Something to sort of mention about this series as a whole is just taking a look at the maps. Normally you see Gen G picking into the map of Haven and you go, okay, they're going to beat anybody on that map, just with an operator. But also that they struggled when they played this map. Blast out versus Fnatic when it came to their attack side. Texture though is off with a bang. But he doesn't panic. He's still sticking around this area.
The TP in for Market. Texture's curious about another player around Pizza. Through towards this A site, you start to think, well, maybe they've left already, but Texture gets confirmation. Still players around. Cage gonna fall. Rian's in danger. That's the spike, and now it's on the floor. Munchkin catches them pushing through Market, and now they have to go back.
It's already over for the side of Heretics. They need to win some fights and fast, and already Ash has put another on the ground.
You see here what happens with the shoes on the other foot. The Hunter's Fury forces him forward, but he doesn't give a damn. Takes that as an opportunity, and then ends up sticking around. The patient play.
Extra fight, and he's looking to go back for a little bit more. Woot is the man on the other side, but Texture just doesn't miss those. You're always gonna have faith in Woot, but the man who's in there is the best operator player in the world right now. You're already in tow. This round still looks good for Gen G.
Flash, it buys them that extra bit of time, but they still have the disadvantage. In goes the Blade Storm, and Texture's got another. He keeps going with a slam, a four-piece, and a round for Gen G.
It's like this, nobody on the Gen G side, including himself, is gonna care. So clean with it, can take those risks, take those gambles, and if he sees you for even a millisecond, you best believe you're hitting the ground.
One enemy remaining.
Well, for the side of Heretics, talk about the sort of A-side retake they had with two ults in tow. They haven't needed to use either of those ults, so that is still available. Charon, he's in a surprise spot, and even though it was being watched, he's still going to get the opener. His teammate lost, though, and under pressure, I think he's just going to have to escape.
It's going to make it deep enough. Fast clears this corner. Yep, Woot knew. He was about to be spotted, and in goes the hop, but out it goes as well. Great pickup from Woot. Man advantage is now theirs. Ash takes this aggressive angle, but as they rotate back in, if he swings in here, it's into a firing squad, and that's another pick for Woot. So much value brought in these early fights.
Worried about being pincered from the other side, but all the targets lay in front of him, a chance for him to do so much damage, and well, Foxy remains hoping to try and get in on the flank, but there's a trip waiting.
Now they know where he's coming from, though. They'll be lined up together to swing as three. That missed shot that gives Woot the opportunity. And then he waits for the re-aggression, punishes it, and this round is blown wide open. But it's not always going to be so easy to take down Texture.
Switching up the pace, but that's so much information for Gen G. 4 players spotted. And while for Miniboo, he can't really afford to risk that. Ash has just spammed 2 through smoke.
Left.
And they've been very good at playing those retakes once they've got into them. The question is, will it be necessary? Texture's missed shot makes it a little bit more likely, but you could see the temptation to potentially try and play through. Rian's, he's going to have to hit these shots immediately. The paranoia was solid, but the trade was even better. Now for the remaining 2, there really isn't anywhere to go. They're going to try and fight forward. Miniboo can get out into the corner, but Boo needs to make a decision, and that decision was not made. Eventually they'll kill him off, I guess buying a little bit of extra time, but it's left all onto the youngster. Miniboo trying to spam through, and he's just not landing the shots. Eventually
up towards the window. Gen.G read that play. They knew that they were going to be punished, and there's the early aggression. He missed a lot of shots in that previous round, and even still, it wasn't enough for Heretics to take it across the line. The opening pick for Texture, but the punish immediately there on Heretics' side. It's Charon left, not quite alone. Munchkin's made it in here, and will be at least able to add an extra weapon to the fight, but not adding anything to the kill feed in favor of Gen.G.
So many angles to clear. Woot even up top, like the second contact is made. This player is dead to rights. Yeah, they did at least pull the rotation of Miniboo. That sniper is gone. There's only going to be the one really dangerous weapon, although they've still managed to do some work with the Stinger. 25 seconds left on the clock, but Riens really is the only man actually within the sight. Sometimes that can be enough, and Benji Fishy has managed to trade his life. Then comes in the sniper as well. And now Munchkin with time against him at the same. He has to try and do something here, but he's managed to find Woot. 7 seconds. Miniboo is being baited into the swing, already making it to the site, knows where his opponent is, but the weaponry not really in his favor, but he'll land the shot anyway.
In this round, Benji grabbing 2 with the Stinger. The double tap needed by Miniboo and found. Was this a no-scope? Oh, unbelievable! And it was the damage done by the judge that made that possible. That player was 150. That shot wouldn't have been enough.
Other than that, he's going to be alone, other than maybe the TP that can get into the backside.
Constantly topping it up. His only chance to swing through that smoke, Benji Fishy was being wrapped on, and well, he'll just be straight pushed through that smoke. Boo grabs 1. But the numbers still favor Gen.G. The spike going down. Time about to be on their side. Flank protection, but Texture down. Woot again, winning that battle. He's been good whenever he comes up against Texture, even with the op in his opponent's hand.
What?
That's a wild spray. There was no info. Just timing, just game sense. And a second kill for Munchkin. Perhaps soon to be a third. Look how low Boo is, and it's Charon with a shorty in hand. How much can they really do?
It's all about slowing them down. Already, that could be one. In fact, it will be. Hunter's Fury also being used off the back of the contact. I mentioned it. It's about those ultimates. 2 tags. Boo's found another. Leading by example. And with Woot now in position and only 30 seconds left, Gen.G really need to get a move on. Another ult thrown in. Dimensional Drift to give the information over to his teammate. Try and help out Woot in this fight. And that spike's still not going down just yet. 15 seconds on the clock for Gen.G. They need to get it into position, and hearing those steps is just putting the doubt in, but the knives are all missed. It's left onto 1. Charon fighting desperately, and he's managed to at least get the spike into position. Gun with ammo retrieved. 11 bullets in the clip, 2 players, he knows exactly where they are, and he's managed to dance his way around them. They look to swing, and it's just about enough for Benji Fishy.
Tease you at least $100,000 more, a big prize, a big bounty. But it's not just about winning, it's about not losing again for both of these teams. Tied up 1-1.
And take themselves to an all EMEA Grand Final, and well, this map is looking like it's all but done. Woot, the man who's been fantastic throughout it, looking for his 20th kill. That is Ash, who sure has his ultimate online, but needs to get 5 kills, and well, there's 4 more that need to tumble.
Unfortunately, no chance to really use it. 20 seconds, it's time to go, and right into the waiting arms of Woot. A solid final round, and a great display from Heretics here on the first.
I'm gonna put Woot back on that duelist for a second time in this series, and he is gonna look to farm in towards that B side. Viper screen is there, but with Woot's shield online, he'll be the one to take charge in the space of the site.
Will be Texture, sat waiting for the push all the way through, breaks the shield and the back of Woot, but Riens is there to trade out ×2 into this re-aggression. One side smoke, the paranoia good, Miniboo still gets 1 and doubles up as well. The pistol for Heretics again.
Noia coming through on the other side, but it's the re-swing from Riens. And this has been the sort of story of this map so far. You had Woot,
Careful here.
You had Miniboo, and you had this man.
Already denying any space off the back of the drone, but that's not going to deter them. They're ready for the player on the right, but Texture catches them off. He's spamming with 30 HP.
Okay.
It's a very bold play indeed. nasty surprise. The delay util put through. It seems like panic. 12 seconds left. They've got to go.
10 seconds
Nothing
left.
to get out with. But for Gen G, this is exactly what they needed.
Matt, definitely wasn't unnoticed by him. Woot, though, with the hero rifle.
Fight. And Gen G know that there's going to be something spooky on its way. They don't even need the ult. They found Ash with just the swing on the back of that drone. And as the snake fight goes through, they know exactly where Munchkin is. He's brought into a fight. A 1 versus 1 with Woot and the shield active and saving him in that duel. The 3-piece with 2 rifles they started, and now it's all Woot. He's found 4 of these picks. Gen G being dismantled in this round.
Give him to level the playing field a bit. It was just a straight up firefight on 2 different occasions. But this is why people have been begging to see this duelist for Woot. Because his individual skill, his crosshair placement, his aim.
Just as he looks the other way, he knew there were players close by moments ago. Woot tries to take space elsewhere, runs into Munchkin, dropped and out of the round. The ult's used, the damage done by the Hunter's Fury. The info found, but they need so much more than that. Who at least recovers 1, but Munchkin managed to slip by, reinforcing this fight and locking it down single-handedly. Who's the last one standing, and no more will he stand? Munchkin with a 4K.
Anything thrown out? No, immediately. It's going to be Foxy9 that's claimed, but Texture's still fighting, and he might be able to kill everyone else off. It won't even matter. Texture's found 3, and then Foxy9 escapes the ult as well.
The Texture, the man that we said, had a rough performance. Actually quite a quick start to the first map, but then he went missing. He's the one to completely put a pin in that C aggression. Maybe the one to end the round as well. That's a 4-piece for Texture.
He may have got the ace if Foxy9 had lost that battle. Because he was almost in for the 50-50. It was a choice of who Woot was going to face, and I bet the team wished he had taken Texture away instead. Maybe they would have had a chance versus Foxy9, trying to bait players over to the other side of the map, but they don't work. They haven't pulled players away because of that utility that's been held. 2 players still sit within this C site, an additional smoke sent through again. They need to go now.
14 seconds. It's now or never. Charon waiting for them, walking out of garage with Foxy9 on the backside. Gen G, they didn't panic. Woot's at least got the ult to work with. He will be dragging 1 player in from the right corner. It's Ash. They accelerate, but in goes the snake fight. Slow it down. Good pick for Woot. Texture's gone, but Viper's pick comes into play. They've dealt with it right away. Munchkin out of the round, and it all crumbles. Gen G, finally, showing some weakness on that defense for Heretics.
Unfortunately, the one he wasn't controlling has been lost, and this crossfire is undefeatable. It will be 7-5, another close half in danger.
Texture. Yeah, he reads it perfectly. He knew that Boo was hiding in that corner. They don't know about Benji, but he's not landing the kills. Damage done, sure, but it's Mini Boo to pick up all the pieces. Have to work for this.
Yeah, they're not going to give him anything. And Ash is just waiting on the angle. A quieter.
Grenade out.
You could tell. It was just a little bit too convenient for that smoke to be in the corner. Mainly just to try and avoid any form of reveal and hope that your opponents make a mistake on the back of it. Through the Viper Orb would have to be the move.
Him down. It was a narrow margin. But that one fight, that gives them what should be the round.
What?
Now, Benji's had a tough time so far, but the straight drop out of heaven, elimination of Munchkin, that's given them a chance. Breath back in the lungs of Team Heretics, and it whiffs! It's winnable, and it's won! Team Heretics, they get back in, and it's Benji Fishy, who's looked down and out at points that got them across the line.
Team that we saw on day 1 of the event. Texture, he's already dealt with, but the teleport to the backlines was definitely caught off guard. Woot still looking to fight, and again, managing to do way more than he should with a singular rifle. It's left all onto Munchkin. He's been sublime, be it the calling. I'll try and get this punt in. I wonder if, yeah, just playing it safe, but in the end, it is all too easy for Benji.
For sure. And still, the fact that after Charon punishes initial pick, It's the rifle that comes in that makes it happen. It's Woot. Even as he's taken down, traded out by the Classic in the corner, baiting Foxy9, running out up short, and that same short control that Boo held. Heretics could attempt it, but the Paranoia is what they're going to contact off. The problem is it's Omen planting an immediate TP out of there. Charon stays close. Has to spam for that defuse. In goes ult. It's Charon that's caught. The close player now down and out of the equation. They tap that spike. It's Woot failing the fight inside the ultimate. Charon will be spammed out of the round at least. The late flank from Boo. This is causing problems. They have to turn to deal with him. Pressure put on, but with him falling, they can focus their attention forward, and the snakebite bought them enough time. Munchkin in there for the kills. And the defuse not even close.
Position is, I mentioned the delay in that first half, but you've got the Paranoia, etc., the drone to get you in. And then you have that orb, snake fight. And also classic nano swarm.
And look at this B-side defense. Boo, who's been here before, is in position up top. He got hit by that Paranoia too, and Texture's got him. That's a disastrous opening.
Yeah, now they have all of those ultimates ready to go for the post-ban. I think Heretics have realized there's a real need to try and get in early, and it has not got to plan. Texture is the final boss that Heretics have to deal with. Woot against him, time ticking away. They have got to try and fall back, and they're not getting out of there alive. The one-man army has to face versus 4, and they are ready and waiting for him. Gen G are not going down without a fight. They will take this 1-3. The fact is, this time Woot goes on to the fade. He's still going to put up numbers, but Miniboo has to take that direct control. Texture.
30 seconds left.
And see what he can do. Patiently waiting. The Paranoia is solid. He's going to try and actually play through his own teammates. Util, but will go down.
Left. The spike is being planted. These players waiting to dive out of heaven as the smoke fades. The battle ensues. Miniboo, good to pick up one, but not two. It's left on to Munchkin, but in a really doable spot. A headshot enough to drop either of these players, but he's only 40 HP himself. He'll need to be quick. He'll need to be clean, and it's damn close.
He's going to be necessary, especially in that second half, but also just from controlling the pace. He's got to be very diligent of any defensive side aggression. Ruse being sold, and now with Foxy9 winning that fight, not seeing anything else, Woot has done well, but the Sheriff of Texture still going strong! A third already in the round, and now Boo is the only one left. And with 25 seconds left, even killing this man off might not be enough with risks. Already Charon has made it to the side, but he's been spotted. He doesn't even realize that his game is up. His life is sold out already. It's not the prettiest of sprays. But now it's left all onto Foxy9. He's had so many moments, but this may be the biggest of them. A fight versus Boo, but Boo will hold on.
Have been perfect. The calling off the charts, but I don't know what you call to get Texture to pull that out. 3 shots from a Sheriff, 3 bodies on the floor. With 2 or 3 bullets to spare, Boo ends up winning out the round. 3 players on C.
30 seconds.
And although he loses his life, he's bought them a lot of time.
Yeah, the main danger is Texture, though. He's about to come in on that cross. It is being watched, and Woot's going to be the one to land the shot. That battle continues throughout these maps, but Charon is the man to beat. First drops the spike, time is ticking away, but Benji removes him before it becomes too dangerous. Munchkin is now here on site, though. The spike is going to be planted, but they quickly make a move, and Munchkin looking to end this round on his own. Already a couple to the good. Benji is all that stands in his way, and he's so wary about the other side, he doesn't realize they're all about to swing him at once. But they are going to get a chance to fight. An early push up, and there's so many players on the other side. It is a complete spray down for Munchkin. His individual game has been fantastic, and he is not looking to stop. It's a egregious fight taken, but an easy cleanup. Them in the history books forever. Being that first team from Pacific to lift the trophy, and then being the first team to have their name in the totem. That's something that can never be erased. That is something that can never be taken from this squad. But Heretics are expecting that the gap lies within B, but that's where Munchkin resides. Again, that snake bite. It has blocked them on C, it's blocked them on B. Wherever they go, he is waiting.
Just avoided the Prowler. Didn't even look at it, and Foxy9 comes in just in time. To perfection. And I think another thing, though, is you look at what they have.
This is dominant, and well, already they've been so good at baiting the plays. That was a spam through. Good trade, though, but there's a second player there. These hero rifle rounds have worked wonderfully for Heretics so far.
Oh, he pops the ult. 45 HP. It's a little bit of an easier target, but that's worked wonders.
That play.
They've gotten the lockdown out of them. He smoked off both corners, giving himself a chance. As they emerge from this, it's a tough fight, but he's got the surprise angle. At least keeping the numbers favored and leaving Texture with a pick and a showstopper. 12 seconds left. The plant needs to be found, and Boo doesn't have backup. He's all alone on this site. 6 seconds as he gets a friend, and it's too late. The round's already gone, and Munchkin, adding insult to injury, wraps around those rifles left on the floor, and Genji with one more.
3 rifles, and they're going to try and put the pressure directly in again, this time running through the util, but that almost seemed like suicide. Rians, though, has somehow found 2. They finally dealt with the C-site defense.
Texture's still close by, but he's been spotted, he's been dealt with. Boo up top, puts him to bed. And now the advantage double. What's on the other side with Rians following up again. Caron has no choice.
How this has ended up, the sacrificial lamb.
And the double sentinel stack up towards this A site. Quasi with Viper. They've only found one of them.
Oh, Foxy9's in trouble. Death. And blind, but he does have the judge. Texture already making it to the site as well.
Remaining.
So far, waiting on the edge, but he's going to be spotted. A 6-6 half.
Get back in the other direction. A B split on the horizon. Woot up close, and he's got backup with Rians. But the paranoia, it doesn't stop them at all. The picks keep on coming, and Texture's pushed by 4. The spike down.
Managing to find these kills, the time is pretty much gone already. It's looking like the pistol conversion is not going anywhere for Heretics. 5 out of 6, almost inevitable unless, well, Munchkin somehow pulls off the greatest clutch we've seen this tournament. He's going to go running to his demise last year. But now battling versus Genji with the opportunity for a final. The good start in this round is Caron being able to find 1, but it's whether they can get anything more as they face off against Woot.
Bulldog and Stinger recovered. Genji have got the weaponry, and it's only a 1-man advantage. Almost traded out. Foxy9 has it all to do, but he's isolated the first. He suspects the second. And the weaponry for Boo, it's ideal if he can hit the body shot, but he's got to be quick, and he's got to be clean as Foxy9 hits the headshot, but the weapon too weak to take Boo out.
Whereas Genji, when they won, it was comfortable. That same space, big challenge for, again, Miniboo sold to the Wolves, Boo still here, but there is no real escape. They are fighting for this tooth and nail, but only one member is standing.
To shove, there's ultimates to fall back on, but there's 3 players to swing, and the first is all that's needed. Map number 3. But that's the play that we're going to expect to see a lot of, that deep aggression coming out of Team Heretics, and seeing Genji not even stumble.
Decided, you know what, let's allow Munchkin to play. Let's try and fake some ideas. Oh, it is gorgeous from Munchkin. He has played the round around himself, and he has come up green. That is utter perfection from Munchkin.
One more for the ace, but it's Boo to shut him down. Maybe it's not just Texture. Genji struggling to get the ace, but the round win will do. 10 on the board. Perfection without the pit, without the showstopper, but he put a stop to that show. What a spray down. Unbelievable transfer deep into the spray.
Nice bam from Boo! Anything you could do, he can do, well, maybe just as well. Our economy stays strong in this one, and as the round comes to an end, they're straight back.
When Genji found that extra round, I thought, Fate's chosen its champion. This is where they close it, and it's not even close with that initial fight on Boo. If they overstay their welcome in the pit, and they need to do so to have any chance of dropping the Viper, who's so far back. It's a beautiful setup for the side of Gen G, but Ash is left alone. Time ticking. The shotgun used, but the rifle for Rienz gets it. It's very close. It's too close, in fact. The time's not there. Gen G, a facing Fnatic in the grand final alive. And it's a fast play to the B side, but there's numbers waiting here. Heretics, they read the play. No ultimates of high value to be found. Perhaps Boo can cast an eye into that site with this from the shadows. Flash is good. Munchkin caught, only good for one. Mini Boo both quite low. Paranoia traded out on each side. It will delay the play. Time keeps ticking, but the players are on site. The clock unlikely to decide this round. It is with Braun that they must bring it across the line. Ash has a 1v1. The defuse stuck to half with a big swing to bring us to overtime.
It was a really nice attempt from the remaining two players
to break into this site. The fast lane up gets them all onto that same angle. The high ground now theirs, and they fire down below. But Ash is the one to topple Mini Boo. Boo steps up for two, but the rest of Gen G.
This might be the tournament that ends up making Foxy9's career. There's been plenty of doubt in the pickup of this man. And this is going to be a very difficult retake. The spike also in an inopportune position for the defenders to try and get back in.
That reveal might have changed the course. Paranoia had delayed the push, but they get the pick anyways. Now the number's even. Benji Fishy steps up to the plate. Rienz and Woot follow. And it looks like a home run for Team Heretics in this round. Another chance to close it out, unless Munchkin can pull off an unbelievable clutch.
When it came to their defensive side, I don't mind the gamble here from Gen G. Take a risk. But there's just that lack of commitment. And since we've got into overtime, well, that potential victory for Heretics now sits with them in a bit of trouble. Walking out of the smoke, though, Munchkin doesn't know how much ground they've lost. From hero to potential villain, as they lose an extra man to stand to try and defend this. Ash is now just alone. Two players stand between him and another overtime. He is all that is left from Heretics, and taking their revenge, potentially eliminating Gen G from the tournament. Spamming away as he might, it is Rienz once again. They will crush Gen G and head their way to another final.
Congratulations once again for Team Heretics for crushing Gen G's key and moving to the grand final. One more game for them to be the champions of the Esports World Cup for Valorant.